Well, congratulations. I mean, an already incredible year for yourself. So many things, especially with the release of What I Wouldn't Do. So
Thanks.
exciting.
Yeah.
How have you been soaking up the success that's been coming from it and finally being able to put it out into the world for everyone to hear?
Oh my gosh. It's always a whirlwind. It seems like it can never come fast enough, and then once it's here, it's a whirlwind, and I'm like, where did it go? But it's been so great. It's just been really fun being able to put something out that's very feels like soulful and like sonically me.
Yeah.
So seeing how that's received is really cool, and hearing people's feedback on it has been really fun.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
And I mean, like you kind of said, it marks a new beginning for your sound and
Yeah.
your music. How do you, as an artist, get more comfortable with taking risks with the work that you're putting out and kind of not conforming yourself to this box that sometimes we can see in the country music industry?
Yeah, I think it comes with just maturity and like experience. I've been doing it a really long time, and I think that uh, we want everybody to like us, so we do what we think everybody wants us to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think like as I've gotten older and just and been more confident to take those risks and confident in my sound, it's just finding the right people that kind of like help you want to take those risks,
Right.
and realizing that not everybody's gonna like you, and that's okay.
It's true.
So yeah, I think I'm just at a place in my life where I'm like I've been around long enough and with enough experience to know that it's okay to like not have everybody like you, and that's as long as you like you.
Yeah, that's a hard lesson to have to come up, but it's
Yeah.
great once you get there. and things
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
So, with What I Would Do, what was the process of writing the song for you? What kind of did you go through to get it to the final product that we hear now?
Yeah, it was pretty cool actually. So Kurt Chambers and Ryan Sorsad were my co-writers on that, and Kurt's an incredible musician. He just plays every instrument. We were sitting at his studio, and he was playing this really cool bass lick that you hear in the song now. And I just started singing like "What I Wouldn't Do" over top of it, and I was like, "Wait, that's really cool!" Like "When It Comes to You," and we wrote the chorus, and then from there just built around and just felt really inspired by a different instrument that we wouldn't normally like start a writing process with, a bass. Very weird. But it was so perfect for the song, and I feel like the whole song ended up just like kind of coming together around a bass guitar. So it's really cool, and brought into the studio. Kurt co-produced it with myself and Brad Hill, and it was really fun to kind of like bring these worlds together and different ideas, and it was very collaborative.
That's awesome. That's a great thing to hear.
Yeah.
When you come into songwriting, how do you approach it for what inspires you for your lyrics and when you're actually writing the words of the song? How do you go into what inspires you for that?
Yeah, I think like the music and just when you're playing a bass guitar like that and you start hearing something that just kind of like brings whatever comes out. I don't want to fight anything that like comes out of my mouth. It's like, okay, well that feels like it matches that. If it feels right, then say it, or just if it feels right, then sing it. So melodically, lyrically, I think it's just as long as it feels right. But inspiration wise, like when it comes to writing lyrics, this song, like I haven't put out a love song, like I don't think ever, honestly. It's always been like breakup songs or like party songs. And I've been with my fiance for 10 years now, and we just got engaged in September. So I think that's kind of what really I've been writing a lot of love songs lately since we got engaged. So that's been inspiration. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, it's been very exciting. It's been a really exciting and fun time for us.
Yeah. So besides even releasing music, you've been so busy with festivals, especially this summer.
Yeah.
You've been at the Key West Songwriters Festival, Cavendish Beach Festival, Full Throttle Fest, and obviously now Boots.
Yeah.
How do you balance going on the road to festivals and promoting your new music, crafting future music, and then balancing everything with your life outside of your work too?
I have a lot of anxiety. That's what I have. A lot of to-do lists. But no, I mean, I think it's something that I think you just start like taking the reins, and you just get it done. You have to post on socials because that's just like the reality of being an artist now, and you have great team members that remind you to do these things, and so it is balance, is a juggle, but it's been a lot of back and forth from Nashville, and every time I'm back in Nashville I regroup and get my stuff together and do what I need to do, and then back on the road. So it's been a lot of back and forth, which has been probably good for my mental health. Yeah.
Changing it up,
Yeah.
keeping it changing.
Exactly.
Speaking of Nashville, you made that move during COVID, right? Or
Yeah.
at least began to.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how tedious that was. I mean, even just doing that regularly, visas, I imagine,
I
and
know.
everything, and then COVID. What has been the most rewarding part of that for you in making that whole trip, and what has been the outcome for you for that?
Yeah, all the relationships and friendships that I've made in Nashville. There's so many like-minded people there. So I think like when you find a place that has just like a saturation of that, it is rewarding. It's very it's humbling. It's challenging. It's all the things, and I'm somebody who really likes to be challenged, and I'm not afraid of change. So I think that overcoming those like little fears for like the bigger picture has been the whole thing's been very rewarding. So
It's amazing. Good for you.
Thanks.
And I mean, you can tell so much through just what you put out in your work and what you post. You're so driven and hardworking.
Thank you.
Of course. And you started singing lessons at 3 years old,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yes.
I read in an interview. So you've been doing this your whole life. I mean, you've been building this career for yourself, and it's so impressive. With everything you've experienced so far, what would you go back and tell your younger self if you wanted her to know anything about either where you've been coming, roadblocks, anything
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, to not be so hard on yourself. Like, I think when you are learning hard lessons, you're like, oh, like, how did I know that? Or how didn't I catch on, catch that? Or just things like that where you can just be really hard on yourself. And I know I still am. And I'm still like telling myself I need to be like not so hard on myself with body image, like all kinds of things. I think there's just so many pressures in the industry. And when I was younger, I really put a lot of pressure on myself. And so I would just tell her to have a little more fun with it and like soak it in the moment, because it's going to turn out just fine. Yeah.
That's awesome advice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
After Boots and Hearts, where can your fans find you? Are you going on any more festivals, shows after this summer, fall?
Nothing on the books yet, but there might be some stuff coming together for September and October, but we'll keep everybody posted on the socials.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so
This is
much.
so fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks so much.